Oh, this is about to be interesting. I know this is about to be in the vlog. I don't care. This is still pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Might be a little bright, might be a little shiny on this one, but I wanted to just kind of introduce some of the new projects. Not even new, like stuff I've been working on. Like, unfortunately, they were before vlog, so before the vlog and all that. Oh, this camera's dirty. Fuck. Okay, let's try this again. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time real quick to just kind of introduce some stuff. I got a couple projects I wanted to pop out there real quick. Stuff that I got beforehand, before I started vlogging and all that stuff, but things that you'll definitely see in the future. And I just kind of wanted to go over it because I started putting stuff together, but ran out of time, money, or, you know, whatever else, and you just wanted to kind of live life, or I wanted to live life, I should say, at that moment, and I kind of fell out of the project thing. Typically, I do at least a motorcycle project a year, and I'll either buy it, take it and put it together, and then I'll resell it, or I'll keep it, just depending on what it is and if it's something I like. This one that I'm actually gonna show you guys in a second, it really wasn't my thing, but I got it. I got it for a decent deal. As you probably will find out sooner or later, I buy a lot of stuff from auctions. We'll go through that journey kind of, just so you can kind of see the process and everything later on down the road. So a lot of stuff that I bought was at auction. I like to buy, sell cars and flip them, customize cars and motorcycles and things like that, you know, just for that. Apologize if the wind noise is crazy, but you know, I'm trying to get the sun in my right light. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm still gonna put this out. I don't care how it turns out. Yeah. So behind me is one of the first projects I wanted to introduce, so but it won't be the last. Again, like I said, I have a whole bunch of things to kind of put out there, things I want to finish, things I got a vision for, things I want to do. But this one, like I said, it wasn't really my thing when I got it, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's a 07 Harley Electra Glide, and I know Harleys are trendy and all that stuff. I really didn't want to be trendy. We actually bought, me and my other friend that we actually do the car stuff together with, we bought a Victory cross country, and I thought, you know, I'd be different and go with that, but unfortunately the bike was just too damn big. Like, it's a beach cruiser at the end of the day. It's huge and it's a gorgeous bike, but I rode this and kind of fell in love. It's very comfortable. I could put stuff in it. It's practical. You got a radio. Like, you really can't beat it. I understand why Harley people or bagger people like that kind of style bike, but it's just not my thing all the time. But just to run around or go do an adventure or something like that, as you'll see later on down in, you know, the shenanigans that I get into, it's kind of something that's cool. So, like, without further ado, here she is. And then after I introduce this, I'm gonna get into a story about this bike, and then kind of some of the stuff that I want to do. So check it out. Peace.
You could be the muse to my passion. We can make love like an act of God. I just match my words to my actions. Magic in my life's everlasting. I say I could have the world, don't be what let it go. But something about your style makes me wanna man up. We should fill our cups, catch a flick and do some stuff. I'm used to one night stands, but with you that's not enough. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see ya. Please give me a sign, yeah. if you wanna come. Please give me a sign, I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come.
I know. Pretty nice, pretty decent. A couple things I'm gonna go through. I wanted to go through, you know, just a little story about the bike. Again, bought the bike at auction, got it, planned on pimping it out, you know, either painting it or, you know, for me, I like to do plasti dips and things like that. We had a building fire at the place that the actual bike was stored. So, the bike is a salvage bike. I typically like to buy salvage bikes after looking them over thoroughly. I get a better deal out of it. To me, it's a better value, and I get to ride and do things what I like, or I get to own things that I like without having to pay a lot of costs, which you see a lot of YouTubers do now. You know, you can get a McLaren for, you know, a lot better value than buying a new one, and if you have the budget, you can do it anything you want. All right, story time real quick. So the bike was in storage at my buddy's building, caught fire at the building. Bike did not catch on fire, luckily was not damaged by the fire, but pretty much the fireman actually hosed off the firefighter bike. So this bike specifically is a firefighter edition Harley. Again, I'm not a Harley expert, I don't know a lot about it. I want to still in the future keep it like a firefighter edition, so I'm not gonna like take all the stuff off or do anything like that. I like all the badging and the cresting. I know I'm not a firefighter, but I still think it's a cool bike to have, just something different, something special, something unique, and that's kind of why I'm going to keep the color a red, but we won't disclose what red it's going to be, if it's going to be painted or plasti dipped. But the bike survived the fire, and I've kind of kept it in that condition now. So as you saw at the reveal, it's kind of in a little rough condition. The nice thing, or the funny thing is, like, a lot of people in my area love Harleys. They cherish them, they polish them 24/7. I just ride the thing, you know. For me, it's just a bike, and you know, people are like, how do you have a Harley and you don't do this? A buddy of mine came in from South Carolina. He's like, you don't even take care of this bike. The bike has been definitely taken care of. I just don't know, I don't have time right now to kind of put a spit shine on it and do all that stuff that, you know, a lot of Harley guys or bike owners do. I just ride the thing, and it does get washed, but you know, I kind of keep it in that rough patina look because it survived a fire. So I think that's kind of cool. It will get thoroughly clean once I start pimping it out. Unfortunately, we're at the end of the season for riding. We're also at the end of the season and I don't have a workspace, so it will actually go into storage next year. Some of the things I'm going to get done. Well, let's look. So let's flip this around. So one of the things I got to get is this fender, or fairing, I'm sorry. This fairing I'm going to just buy new and keep the original for if I ever get rid of the bike. I did kind of just a shorter windscreen or windshield. I kept everything the same. The bars, as you see, came on it. I like the grips, believe it or not. They're actually really comfortable. The radio, but like this, I'm probably going to change this whole setup here. I actually bought a tank setup that stretches everything out, but unfortunately I wasn't able to utilize it. It was for the wrong year, and it actually doesn't fit, and I really don't want to like go through and alter it. Bags are definitely gone, but I'm going to keep those, so, or keep them for whatever, you know. If I get rid of it, I have a tastefully stretched bag, which will give me more room, and then it also has speakers that go on the top, so that's going to be cool. Again, I'm keeping all the crests and all that stuff. I'm gonna either get them refinished, buff them, or do whatever. I haven't decided about this piece yet. Apologize again, not a Harley guy, so I don't know really what you would consider that, the in-between piece. So the back's pretty much gonna stay the same. There's gonna be some filler pieces that'll go in here and there, that I just kind of want to cover that to make it a smoother look. Keeping the Reinhardt pipes, I like the way they sound. Loud pipe saves lives. The floorboards, I'm probably going to get a different set, but the same set, because I kind of like them. They're pretty comfortable. This side was actually wrecked before, and we were able to weld it and repair it. The seat I want recovered, you know, into a nice pattern or whatever. You know, handlebars and everything are going to stay. Upgraded sound system. I already got a 21-inch tire, and then I had to get a different fender because the one that came with it, or came on it, was actually bashed. So I have that. I'm going to stick that on for now. I haven't decided if I'm going to go bigger wheel setup or not. I don't know if I want to tackle that monkey, but you know, Let me turn this around. But we'll see. But definitely stay tuned. I promise lots of content. I promise I'm not a boring individual, and I promise that we will definitely have fun and you'll see a lot, learn a lot. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is like a flipping feature or flipping series. So we'll see what happens. As you can see, you know, that's just one of the projects. I have a lot more, so stay tuned. This is like project reveal day, vlog day. It'll be kind of a mixture of different days. I might do the bikes today. That's what I'm gonna do. Forget it. Today we're gonna do the bike reveal. Not all of them, but just some of them. You know, these are the two that I've stored in my house. I actually have another one, which has a good backstory as well, but we'll get to that later on as I get to the location where it's stored at. Right now, though, we'll do the bikes and then we'll do the cars on another day. So until then, peace. Person, stalker of a fan, creeping Karens. All right. Let me turn this thing off. Love this thing. All right. Behind me, we have a 2007 CBR 600RR. So the double R. You know, kind of wanted to do this. The story behind this guy is I had a CBR that I purchased. I'm originally used to just riding cruisers and whatnot. And I kind of wanted to jump into a street bike, so I stuck with Honda because that was my like cruiser brand of choice. So naturally I got a 04 CBR, I'm sorry, a 05 CBR 600RR. Needed a little love, little work, but I wanted to buy it, test it out, see if I liked it, see if it scared me, see if it was something for me. You know, unfortunately it was, but fortunately, you know, it ended up in the product behind me. So what happened was I bought the bike, sold it just to cash out on it because it was something I wanted. But then after that, I ended up wanting another one and wanting it until I found this guy. This guy I picked up at an auction. It was severely trashed. It had missing puzzle pieces and everything else, kind of like we couldn't figure out what was, you know, what was what on it, because it was missing stuff. It was kind of like a CSI crime scene, if you might. But long story short, I ended up sourcing some of the parts to build this, the new outcome, this guy, and found the guy that originally owned the bike that actually had the insurance total it out and went to auction. So yes, again, another salvage bike, but ended up getting this guy at a really good deal. Was able to rebuild it, which is what I like to do. I don't really care to buy something brand new and then try to alter it a lot of the times. I want to do that whole dramatic, like, look at this, I built it from the ground up stuff. So we're gonna get into kind of like what's done to it, what it is. The cool thing is I was able to do this end product and ride with the guy that I bought the old parts from that were missing off of the bike, get the backstory on it. What had happened was, guy was riding home from work, was on the freeway, car, you know, they were stopped, car bumped into the back of him. He flew off the bike slid out, unfortunately punctured the gas tank, which is now repaired, and you know, the insurance ended up totaling it out. The bike was perfectly fine. I found the leaks and all that stuff and fixed everything and repaired. Unfortunately, again, this was before I started vlogging. I know you could have saw the whole process. This project is pretty much 80% done just because I'm finicky and I want to do more to it. I'm very happy with the outcome. I'll post pictures in a minute, little montage, and you'll see kind of how it looked when I got it, what it looked like when I tore it down, and then now you see behind me and you'll see in the montage that hopefully you watched or is going to come up. Who knows where I'm going to put it.
A tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment, cause you just don't know. But so
all right, for a second I thought the camera died. I was like, you son of a, you know, I quit. It is hopefully a family oriented channel. So one thing I hate, I gotta get some GM grommet or push pins, I guess you would consider those, because I kind of hate this. This was the gas tank originally. I repaired it with almost like an epoxy resin type deal, and under this is actually a fuel cell, and then over this is this beautiful cover that I had kind of custom made. You can kind of get it now if you want something that looks like this. I'm going to give you the plug. eBay was definitely my friend for this fairing set, so if you want a Jackson original, aka lookalike, because that's all it's going to be, then this is where you're going to get, you know, that'll be where you get the plug for that. I ordered it from China. They actually made it and sent it to me, custom painted. It's not wrapped or anything like that, and I will give them kudos to that, because it was painted and it was beautiful. Like, the sun's going down so you can't see how beautiful the red is, but it's almost like a candy red, and I wanted to do that. I consider this kind of like, I don't make names for a lot of my stuff. This reminds me of a Power Ranger. That's the best way I can put it. Upgraded, brand new, so brand new headlights, brand new LED bulbs, LED in here, brand new windscreen, brand new fairings, obviously. I changed the brakes out, which I have to do in the front, but I did change the back. They're kind of squeaking still a little bit, so I may change out a different brand, like the factories or whatever. Extended swing arm that I actually bought off the guy that originally owned it. When I originally bought it, the chain was way too long. Obviously, it has lowering links in the bottom. I kept the sticker because it's just funny. He actually wanted the sticker back. This was my first attempt at wrapping something, and it looked really pretty before. I'm gonna rewrap this, but we'll get into what I want to do in the future in a second. I need tires, I know that. Yosh exhaust. I put on just a little chain guard or whatnot, just to kind of add a little bit of flair, but I wanted it to be very subtle, very sleek, very clean looking. Again, extended out, new chain, Vortex sprocket in the back. Does have a power commander. I put a K&N filter in it just to make it breathe a little better. I did the full maintenance pretty much to it, and then I just kind of have some things I need to do. Like, this guy is pretty cool, but I think I'm gonna just touch this up and kind of go from there. I kind of like it, and I'm gonna keep it. He had issues getting it to seal. I just think it was a personal thing. I added new grips. This is kind of my style of grip, so any of the bikes you see that I have, except for the Harley, will have this kind of style of grips. The next project that I'm going to be working on will have this. I originally started out with them. I'm comfortable with them. I like them. I don't know why. It's just my thing. I did put new levers. I also did just this kind of Savage, which is kind of cool. Brake reservoir cap. Obviously the keychain, 0 to 100 real quick because it fits the bike. Future things that I want to do. So moving on. Definitely need a new seat. The seat's cool, but it's not as comfortable as I like. I'm keeping the Solo Cow. Again, I want to fix that. I am thinking, which again, for any of the projects, definitely I'd love to hear your input. Please comment below what you'd like to see or what you think would be awesome on any of the projects. I'm thinking of going with real carbon fiber for here, the windscreen for sure, and maybe adding a couple other real carbon fiber bits. They're a little bit expensive. Unfortunately, I'm not a YouTuber that's balling yet. I am balling on a budget, so I am doing this all by myself. So whatever I can get, and whatever I can do at that time, I can. I have factory, I think you consider these risers or whatnot. I fiddle with these so much that these are fine for now. I think I want to change them out. I'm going to polish these up next year. Definitely put matching bolts for this fuel cap and get that back to good looking. I just want to really restore it back to its all glory and just have a really clean looking bike. I'm never going to stop riding as far as I know. I definitely am going to get these either powder coated white or some kind of craziness, but I kept them chrome for now because it kind of matches somewhat. One of the cool things I did add, I know I'm riding dirty, I don't have a plate, but I'm just right down the street from my house, but I added this cool kind of, let me see if it'll show. Can't really see it there, but if I put my hand out, I'll show you. It's basically like an, I don't know, you consider it a laser, but I can see the distance when somebody's behind me and I'm riding. If I see this pattern on your bumper, obviously you are too close, so back the hell up. So like, it's just a little touch that I added. I saw it a long time ago and I thought it would add flare, but as you can see, I don't know if it's going to come out on the camera. It basically is a different pattern. So I have it on this kind of stars pattern at night. It's really bright. You can do a grid and things like that, but I just wanted something just a little bit unique. So like, if you've seen it in the parking lot at night or I'm rolling, you kind of get that, you know, cool thing. LEDs again, definitely most suggested upgrade if you have a CBR. They're super cheap. They're definitely cleaner looking, but they also just give you a better, brighter experience on the road. You can see a lot more, so it's a lot safer. So, with that being said, I'm gonna cut this short, take this bad boy home, and get on with the day. Hopefully get some editing and get the video that you will see before this up. So, like, subscribe if you like what you see. Hopefully you stay with me for the journey. Let's rock it out. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.